Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in just a moment. I'm just waiting for everyone to join us. Just giving it one more minute while everyone joins us. Okay, awesome. It's good to have you guys all here. Welcome to the University of California, Davis. We're going to be reviewing the continuum of leadership programs here. I am Katie. I am your enrollment coach. I'm really here to just help you connect the dots between what are your professional goals and what programs do we have here that can help you get there. So this is a great way to get in contact with me, my phone number, email address, and then I'm also available for appointments via Calendly. So what you'll get out of today, we're going to give a $100 discount for attending the program. There's going to be a breakdown of what each leadership program offers, who it's for, what are the logistics. We'll go over some financing opportunities, and then we'll have an opportunity for Q&A as well. So our continuum has kind of a range of programs for lots of different skill and experience levels. Let's start it down at the bottom where we have diversity in the workplace. This is going to be for everyone in a professional setting, would be a good fit for this class. Then emerging leader, that's going to be for people who are maybe aspiring to go into a leadership role or maybe already in one, but are brand new to leadership. Management development, you could still be new, but maybe this is like your second year or maybe you're even farther in your leadership's journey and you just want kind of a refresher. So new or seasoned managers. And then our executive level leadership program, that's going to be for those who are already in executive positions and have at least 5 direct reports. And I'll go over why that's important later. So let's start by covering the logistics. So our DEI course is going to begin in October. And then you'll see we have offerings for the other leadership programs, August, October, and September. A majority of these classes are offered via live Zoom instruction, and with the exception of our executive leadership program, which is going to be offered partially live and then partially in person. So it's kind of a hybrid aspect, and that's also our only program that requires an application. I will make sure you get a copy of this slide. That way you have it all mapped out for you. But these courses, for the most part, are offered in the fall and in the spring. In our executive leadership program, that starts only one cohort and it's in the fall. So let's dive right into the logistics and the pricing of each course. Start with our DEI and the workplace courses. We have both a 5-week course that we offer once in the fall, once in the spring, and then we have a 1-day seminar course that we offer in the fall and the spring. I'll go over the learning objectives for each, but just so you know the logistics, our 5-week course runs October 18th through November 15th, and it meets on Wednesdays from 9 to noon. So it's a handful of half-day sessions. That's $14.95. And then our 1-day seminar, that is going to be September 13th. We offered on that Wednesday from 9 to 4, and then we're offering it again in March from 9 to 4. These are both live online Zoom instruction. So you need to be present, but not physically present. So those 1-day seminars are $4.95. On this slide, I kind of broke down what you can expect from each class and what are maybe the differences and similarities. The 5-week course is comprised of 4 half days, 16 hours of instruction total. It's going to be really foundational, the core concepts of DEI. You're going to develop some critical thinking skills around bias and what are some cross-cultural issues that might be happening in your workplace, how to actually adapt these DEI strategies, And what are microaggressions? How are they impacting the everyday interactions that your employees are having or your colleagues are having? And then in the one full day course, it's a survey, it's a broad overview, but it's going to be how to integrate those best practices when it comes to hiring, when it comes to accommodations, and then what are the laws that actually inform a discrimination-free workplace. And you'll finish on the note of like, how can we foster inclusivity for everybody in our office? But no matter which course you take, you're going to focus on improving your language skills, on conflict management, and how to like actively promote DEI, no matter what position you are in. How can you be a leader in the promotion of diversity, equity, and inclusion? And you can easily start with the one-day class and then move on to the 5-week class if you want kind of a more in-depth understanding. So emerging leader and management development. These are also 2 leadership programs that do not require an application. I wanted to put them on the same slide because I feel like they're maybe appear really similar. So emerging leader and management development, they are both 21 hours of instruction over 6 half days, and they both cost $19.95. Emerging leader, again, is for aspiring leaders, maybe people who are planning on promoting into a leadership role. That's their aspiration, or that's what they've been communicated about what's going to happen with their role. Or maybe you're brand new to leadership and you need to develop some more basic skills. So I'm going to start off with the DISC assessment, figuring out what your strengths and weaknesses are. We're going to embrace a growth mindset. We're going to talk about how do you move from being someone's coworker to being their supervisor. What are some basic communication skills that you need in the workplace, some basic business acumen, and how do you actually like activate change and be an agent for development in your office? This class, you can see the schedule. It's going to be on Wednesday, so it's a 6-week commitment on Wednesdays from 8:30 to noon. And then when we move over to the management development course, again, this is going to be for leaders that are maybe they've been in their role for like 2-ish years, or maybe they've been in their role for a long time and they're looking to brush up. So whether you're like taking the next step after emerging leader or you're getting a refresher, in this class, you're going to focus on some leadership strategies for the modern workplace where people are working remotely, and strength-based leadership. Again, we always focus on our strengths. And so how do you leverage those into managing individuals and managing teams? What are some principles, like from a coaching perspective, on how you can foster professional development within your teams? How do we promote that? And you're going to finish with a personal action plan so that you have the opportunity to continue your leadership development even after the class is over. And you can see this is kind of a 3-week course where you meet Wednesdays and Fridays from 8:30 to noon, but still 6 half days, just a shorter time period. Our last leadership course is our executive leadership course. This is a very robust program. It's aimed specifically at executive leaders, those who are in positions to make unilateral or almost unilateral decisions and have at least 5 direct reports. This class, like I said, is a little hybrid. So a majority of the classes are going to meet synchronously via Zoom for live instruction on Thursdays from 2 to 6 and Fridays from 9 to 1. Those are going to be alternating. So you'll be like in class some Thursdays and Fridays, and then in your off weeks, you're going to meet with a smaller cohort to work on your organizational transformation plan, which is your culminating project. You can expect about 7 hours worth of content per week. It's 11 weeks total. The sessions are recorded in case you want to go back and review. There is a little bit of prep time that's required just because you're investing in yourself, but we want to make sure that you're ready to go, ready to have these conversations with all of the context before we get to the classroom. But we do keep in mind that you are a working professional and that you have limited time. So we try and keep the readings or the assignments as minimal as possible. On this page is our schedule. I will make sure you get a copy of it. but you can kind of see like, what are we covering? When are we covering it? What days are we in person? What days are we on the computer for Zoom? So this is kind of what the schedule will highlight for you. And I will make sure you get a copy of it so you can review it more closely. These are the pillars of what we built our executive leadership around. So the first thing is our curriculum. We consider it to be, of course, top notch. What you really need to know if you're going to be an executive C-suite leader, or I should say efficient C-suite leader. But we also offer you a chance to solicit feedback from your direct reports. We do a 360-degree feedback report. And in order to process that and understand it and implement it, we actually set you up with a coach, an executive coach, where you get 2 one-hour coaching sessions. And then, of course, you'll finish with your organizational transformation plan. That's going to be an opportunity for asking the question, like, this is the change I want to see in my organization that I'm planning on implementing it. Some feedback, some best practices from our instructors and from your classmates who are also in executive level positions. On this slide, we have our curriculum. You can see that we really focus on like being mindful, how to capitalize on momentum, how to be innovative, what happens when there's change in my organization, how do I identify values, how do I be an inclusive leader in this time, and also remote leadership. So these are our 10 core competencies that we focus on. And this is in addition to the top-notch speakers that we have coming to visit. These are a few that we've had in the past. You can see our chancellor at UC Davis comes to speak every year, but in the past, we've also had the director of the California State Parks, the founder of Revolutionary Foods, even the chief medical officer from Sutter Health. And it really capitalizes on UC Davis's position as like a world-class research institute. So we have these leaders, these transformational leaders come in and actually speak on some of the topics. And it's also a great opportunity to honestly just meet them. That's always exciting, and that's included in part of your tuition. The coaching that I was talking about, this is where you're going to learn more about the 360 feedback that you solicited. You schedule it at your own convenience. And these coaches are International Coaching Federation, ICF, certified. So they are an amazing resource. That's one of the biggest takeaways that our leaders who take this course get from it, is just getting that feedback from their direct reports and having someone help them actually process it and implement it is one of the biggest things that students really walk away from this, like, wow, this is going to change the way I lead. So the logistics of this course, the tuition is $5,800. That includes materials, textbooks, access to these industry leaders, the LPI assessment, the 360, the one-on-one coaching, as well as your action plan. You will need to apply. The application is free. I send it off to our program team for a decision, and if you are approved, then you have an opportunity to enroll. Students who enroll before July 30th actually get $300 off, which is awesome. And then the deadline to apply is the end of August on the 31st, and the program will begin September 7th. Again, this is 8 remote sessions, 3 in person in Sacramento. Some of the discounts that are available: UC Davis staff receives up to $200 off. If you're part of the Cal Aggie Alumni Association, there's 10%. We also offer group enrollment discount. So maybe you're enrolling a handful of leaders. That's going to be 3 or more enrollments equals a 10% discount. If you enroll early, there's a 50% discount, or wow, $50 discount. That's about 2 weeks before the program begins. And if you're attending an information session, you actually get automatically a $100 off coupon. Keep in mind that our policy allows for only 1 discount to be applied at a time. So you're going to want to choose whichever discount makes the most sense for you. Let's talk a little bit about some financing. I would direct you immediately to our financial aid student services contact. Her name is Suzette. If you're wanting to use student loans, we actually work directly with Sally Mae and College Ave. These programs are not eligible for Title IV funding, so you would not be able to apply anything you received from a FAFSA application to your tuition here, but you can use some private student loans. These are based on credit, so the terms will be dependent on the application that you submit to either College Avenue or Sally Mae. We also accept some veterans benefits, maybe you have a GI Bill. There's WIA or SETA, some job training funds that you could look at. And we often can accept payment plans so long as the tuition is due before the class begins. So you wouldn't be able to start the class without having your tuition paid. So if you're looking for a payment plan that takes place after the program begins, you're going to want to look at those private student loan options. Okay, so Q&A, I think the only thing I haven't touched on is actually enrollment. So DEI, emerging leader, and management development, you can all enroll directly on our website. There's no application, there are no prerequisites that you need to meet. So you would be able to just enroll directly on our website. And you can enroll really as late as the day before, so long as there's room available. It's not my suggestion to wait that long, just because sometimes the classes do fill up, especially emerging leader and management development, they fill up really quickly. So I would enroll as soon as you're sure, but hypothetically, you can enroll as late as the day before. Again, not my suggestion, because in addition to the classes filling up, they also, you want to make sure you have access to everything. Since it's a synchronous class, you want to make sure everything is set up and ready to go. But again, it's open enrollment, so you can enroll directly online. There's no prerequisites. Executive leader, you're going to want to apply as soon as possible so you can get a decision and potentially take advantage of that $300 off discount. I think that's all that I have, but if you have any questions, you can put them in the Q&A and I'll be available to take those questions. Or you can always reach out to me directly, and I will be sending out a recording of this information session, as well as the slide deck, as well as the $100 off discount code, in case you'd like to apply it. So feel free, I'll hang on for a second, but feel free to write any questions in the chat if anything has come up for you. How many students are in each course? It depends. We have enrollment maximums that each instructor commits to. I believe DEI, emerging leader, and management development can take, an executive leader can all take about 30 students. Awesome. Okay. Well, it was good to speak with you. Please feel free to reach out if any other questions come up. I'm truly happy to help. It was good to talk to you guys. Thanks so much for your time. Take care.